Hi, my name's John, and I guess Hashem here has asked me to sort of say something really about my history with regards to Mercury. I suppose started probably over 5 years ago. I haven't been ultimately that well. I thought it was just general health level, tried numerous different things to try and improve my situation. Been to the doctor, and I think over that period I've been often put down to irritable bowel syndrome. Probably about 4 years ago it got worse, and sort of level of, I've got a list here actually, the level of tiredness went up. My neck and shoulders are very stiff. I've had food intolerances over a number of years, candida yeast infection. What else? Probably the last 3 or 4 years the more concerning bit was foggy thinking, and just in general being less positive about outlook on just life in general. There's numerous other things. I had itchy scalp, nose was blocked, I had ear issues where I was going to ear, nose and throat specialist, and they were saying it was one ear worse than the other. What else? So and as well frequent urination. I'd be going to the toilet quite often. So a number of different various symptoms there. I think another one was atrial fibrillation, which I had 4 years ago. Now that was, over the time really, I was sort of wondering, what's wrong with me, and I did try various avenues to try and fix it. And just from looking on the internet, one of the things that came up was mercury toxicity, and to be quite honest, I didn't believe it. I thought, it can't be that, even though I've probably over the years, since a young age, had a lot of amalgam fillings. But then probably about 4 years ago I had a number of crowns, and what had happened was a number of them were drilled out in one go, and there was no sort of safe approach taken, which Hashem does currently. And I would say probably it was 6 months after that I actually had an event of atrial fibrillation. I didn't really tie anything to that, and my health sort of went down very much from there. And I'd say that the biggest concern was the foggy thinking. Just all the time I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't think, my short-term memory, couldn't remember anything. So at that point then I thought, I have to do something about it. I investigated the Mercury Avenue. I got an over-the-counter test, which when I tried it, it came up as having mercury. Went then to the doctor, and my doctor was not really believing. He was sort of looking at me, and even actually over the years I've had to go to the doctor numerous times. It got to the stage, I felt embarrassed to go to the doctor. It got to the stage he actually pulled out a little card with some sad faces and smiley faces on it, asking me which, where I was, and I think what he was trying to see was whether I was going a bit mad or depressed or whatever. So I had to, either I was going to leave the room or laugh, and I ended up saying, actually I can answer this, I'm not well, so I'm the sad face, and if you can make me better, I'm going to be the happy face. So that was pretty much it really. It got to that stage. So at that point really, I investigated the mercury. I had some tests done, and bizarrely enough the nurse that took the test, who'd been there years, couldn't believe what the test was for. She said, mercury toxicity, I've never heard of it. So that was that. I had the test done. It came back saying the urine was okay, and the blood was no significant abnormality was the answer. So I was at the very top of what was, I think, rating of 30. I'm not quite sure the rating now, but it was at the point where it should be okay. It was high, but shouldn't be doing anything as far as causing any issues. So that was dismissed. I then met with Hashem, and Hashem did a number of tests. So had me go to some beta testing and that, which showed that I had a high level of mercury. I then decided that I was going to have my fillings taken out, and I think, Hashem, you can tell me if it's right or wrong here, I think it was probably about 12 taken out. And I would say that's 3 months ago. Within probably a month and a half, 2 months I was feeling better, and I think, you know, Hesham's gone through the symptoms I had. It was anything from probably 15% improvement up to 40% improvement, which for me was good. I was starting to get my life back again. And then this is actually over a week ago now, I came in to see Hesham again, and the reading, my mercury reading in my mouth was 275 when I initially came in, and I think it had gone down to something like 12. And at that point Hesham thought my symptoms, although there was good progress, he felt that there still must be something that was causing things. And so we sort of went through using this magical machine, a Bio-Meridian, came up with the fact that I was still eating some things that I was intolerant to. So completely changed my diet. That's over a week and a half ago. And to be honest, within 3 days, I now feel a totally different person. The whole fogginess in my brain and just ability to think and concentrate, totally gone. You know, I'm actually probably at a stage that I haven't been, I would even maybe say ever. You know, I've never felt so positive as far as level of health. And as well, I go to the gym quite often, and within a couple of days of changing the food and the diet, my energy levels changed completely, really. So those are the key things, I think. There was one that I was thinking of there. Yeah, just to be honest, level of relaxation. I've always been a bit nervous and not at ease since changing the diet. It did improve with amalgams coming out, but even over the last number of days, and the final change of diet or tweaking of the diet, you know, at a level of just ease that I've never been, you know, certainly for as long as I can remember, really. So that's pretty much my story. I would say a nutshell, but there's probably quite a bit of information there.